Basketball was everything to me, and I didn't know anything else. So I made my first junior Australian team when I was 15, so I was already entrenched in basketball, and I just wanted to be the best player that I could. And I was lucky enough to play overseas, so there was always something exciting to look forward to, and I just had that passion in me. The '96 Olympics, where we won the bronze medal, so the first medal basketball had ever won at an Olympics, was incredible. Everything, it's the lead up to getting there, and then actually standing on the dais was amazing. And then in 2000, because I'd been dropped from the team 2 years previously, I had to fight so hard to get back on the team. So just to make that was an absolute highlight. The competition, so looking forward to it, to seeing players just being able to play and enjoy the game and just bring their best. I think it's going to be really exciting because even though the players know each other, a lot of them, they haven't played together. So it's going to be great to see how they play individually, but also play together as a team and how they put it all together. Yeah, it's an absolute honour to have the tournament named after me. I think the tournament is about the players, it's about the athletes and them just being able to do what they do best and enjoy the competition. And for me to play a small part in that, and if I can help them in any way be better, then that's just super exciting for me.
Alrighty, welcome to Brighton Stadium. I hope you're having a lovely Friday night. We've got some awesome Shelley Gorman Invitational basketball tonight. My name is Max Monk.
And my name's Jacinta Goddard, and we'll be taking you through this game tonight.
Should be really exciting. We've already had our 2 games against the 20s, which were close games, but blew out towards the end. But this is meant to be the first real close game of the night, so we're pretty excited. Let's talk about the team here.
So we've got the Aces wearing the black tonight. We've got Cassidy McLean, Michaela Dompkins, Matilda Jane McDonald, Jasmine Corpadilla, Lauren Nicholson, who's coming off a very successful WNBL season, Courtney West, Rach Menapar, Kira Makata, Gina Vallis from Northern Bears is listed on the team, but I can't see her I can see her down there. She's got her warm-up stuff on. Lauren Falva, so perhaps Gina might be injured perhaps for this first round. I'm not too sure. She doesn't look suited up like the others, and it is humid in here, and she's got her sweats on, so I'm going to safely guess that she's not going to be.
Yeah, I think you're right there.
And the Storm, we've got Annabelle Starr, Tasman Haynes, Alex Delaney, Emily Simons, Sarah Schicker, Mitchell, WNBL Grand Final MVP. I'm just going to slide that in there. Jonathan Whitler, Maya Julina, Madeline Norris, and Elise St. John.
And I think I'd be right saying Leilani's going to be the game changer for the Storm, but can you tell me a bit more about the Storm as well?
The Storm is quite a very mixed bunch of age groups, experience, a bit of country, a bit of metro coming together. I think quite a few people who have been playing in the Waratah League in the last couple of years, but also a few people who are obviously WNBL players, whether it's development or Grand Final MVPs. But a bit of a fun fact for this game actually, this I think is the first time that Michaela Dompkins and Leilani Mitchell are playing against each other.
Oh, and who's going to take home the bragging rights today, do you think?
Well, I don't know, they play they're both very competitive. They play quite differently. Michaela can get quite into it and a bit feisty, which I like about her, whereas Leilani's quite level-headed, so...
Yeah, and I'm sure there's no Waratah League player that wants to play against Michaela Dompkins.
No, she hasn't aged a day, hey? She's still got it like she did back in the AIS days.
Right, here we go. Lay coming off the on ball, kicking it to the corner.
It's already competitive from the get-go.
Oh, and it was always going to be that.
It's going to be interesting to see how well these teams gel as well. They're all so talented on paper, but they've never played together before.
Got a 3 ball from the North's Emily Simons.
From her big man Sarah Schicker as well. Little North 1-2 combination.
Always like a bit of North's action. Rachel Manpar with the miss and the follow. No good. She did that easy, and sometimes it's good. Coach says, "Oh no, you haven't hit a 3. Let's get to the rim," and she's rewarded with the free throw.
I think the starters for the Storm is pretty smart actually. If you look, you've got 2 WNBL players, you've got 2 prominent Waratah players who've also, WNBL status, and they're from the same club as Simons and Schicker. And then Maddie Norris is versatile; she can just slot in anywhere. Probably a good combo to start off with.
Yeah, very good. I expect them to come out quite strong. Leilani controlling the pace of the game as per usual. Delaney with another miss. Don't expect her to miss too many more though this game.
A lot of 3 balls early on too. We're only not even 4 minutes into it. Nicholson for a first point. There we go. You can probably expect her to look at a lot of scoring options off the dribble.
Yeah, definitely, and she's really good at putting the ball on the floor and getting to the rim.
Yeah, and she showed in the recent WNBL season that she's pretty lethal off the dribble for those pull-up jump shots as well.
Rachel Manpar not happy with her miss, but she's rewarded with 2 free throws. And out of the gates, it's already a pretty close game, and I expect it to stay close all the way to our Elam ending. I'll be explaining our Elam ending for those who are unsure on the rules in our next break.
Aces now with the lead. Quickly change early on. Maybe a bit of a rush 3 ball there.
Yeah, and I think 3s might be the spice of the day for the Storm. They're going to be getting up a lot early in the game, and I expect them to get up a lot more and start to drop as well.
Yeah, they've got a lot of talented 3-point shooters on their side. I'm sure Maddie was just itching to get a 3 ball up early on. She's also quite a prolific 3-point shooter.
If you were a betting person, how many 3s do you think Maddie Norris is going to get up today in this game?
It's a bit hard to call given that she's in a team amongst other people who like to shoot the 3. So she's already got 1. I reckon she could probably get at least 1 a quarter. So
1 a quarter is pretty good.
4 or 5, I reckon.
It's a bit different from her Sutherland side, but it's pretty good. With this talent, that's a good amount of 3s to take.
Yeah, that's very modest. That's not probably not what she's used to. But she's also cope when she's got people like Leilani Mitchell on the team.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of giving up good shots for great shots today, I think.
Nice show from Manpar. Tough 3. Ooh.
Wow. Oh my.
Nice reply from Rach at the top. The Storm have been really good in their transition, kicking the ball ahead early.
Yeah, I think both teams have really looked to get in the rim, run the rim early in the game, and I think it's going to reward them with some 3s as well if they put some heat on the ring early. The veteran
Play.
play. Oh my gosh.
I think Michaela will be a little bit disappointed that her team couldn't convert on that opportunity.
Oh, but you gotta love the heroics there.
Yeah, definitely.
As Rachel Mampar picks up the foul just a little bit too much, trying to get that loose ball.
First subs in for the game. We've got Jazz Falkadilla coming in for Rach Menapar.
I believe a Central Coast junior, is that correct?
Definitely Central Coast junior, through and through.
And can you just tell us some more about Jazz?
Oh, Jazz. She's definitely one of the most distinguished female players from the Central Coast. She was an Australian junior, and she went on to play for St Mary's over in the NCAA Div 1, which I'm sure lots of our loyal watchers at home will definitely know who St Mary's are, so I thought we should need to explain that. She's returned home. She did unfortunately have an ACL injury in her final season, but she's rehabbed it well over the last 18-24 months, and she's back playing for the Central Coast Crusaders.
And is this her first game back, or did she play in Waratah last year?
No, she played Waratah. Well, in the most recent COVID season, yeah, she came back.
In that very short season, but we were very lucky to get some basketball played last year.
Oh yeah, definitely. You got to take. I think if COVID taught us anything, you got to take the opportunity to play when you can.
Absolutely, and credit to Basketball New South Wales for getting the players back on the court and working hard all the way through last year.
Yeah, I think a year is way too long just to be training.
Exactly right.
So just shy of 3 minutes to go. 12-13 the scoreline, 2 fouls each. Oh, nice find under the bucket. That puts the Aces up by 1 point, 14-13. Still no subs from the Storm this first quarter. Another nice find down low.
And I wonder what their subbing strategy will be, whether they'll look to try and get some plays in the first quarter or just see if they can weather the storm early.
Do you want to play to win or do you want to play for the love of playing?
Yeah, look, I mean, if they're playing, they need to play 4 games to win the tournament. So can you play your starters 4 games without a sub?
Yeah, that's a good question.
I mean, they do have world-class athletes out there, so maybe 4 games is okay.
Yeah, that's right.
And we're looking to get our first sub in for the Storm.
I think we did miss a sub because John Owen at number 9 was
Oh, so a correction, it will be our second sub.
Second sub. He snuck in. He's also a Central Coast Crusader.
We've got Maya Jelena checking in for the Storm, correct?
Yeah, that's correct. Emily Simons is going to have a well-deserved break.
And she has been all over the court today. She's been rebounding, shooting, passing, everything you want out of a guard.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of these players haven't had a break, which is good. But the flow still going from the end of the Waratah League.
Exactly. Well, in the last game there was a dip-off in shooting percentage with the second and third quarter, but it's everyone kind of found their flow towards the end. But it looks like these teams have really been getting their eye in today.
Yeah, definitely. Slicing down the middle of the key. Makes it look so easy. Nice find.
3 ball.
I just love watching basketball like that is just can be so simple. It doesn't have to be complicated. But Delaney's now picked up an offensive foul.
And she's not very happy about it.
Nope.
But you got to get your feet set when you're setting a screen. Unfortunately, she was penalised, and we're going the other way.
Yeah, it gives the Aces a chance to extend their lead going into the second quarter. I mean, there's still lots of time on the clock technically to get a few points back on the board. Very tough play from Lauren Nicholson.
Now she's letting the team know what is going on.
I'm seeing the Aces have still got Nicholson, McLean and Dompkins on since the start of the game.
Makes the free throw. Let's see what they've got here. Putting a little bit of full court pressure.
Maybe taking opportunity of their 6-point lead.
And won't be counting the basket on that one. So the ball will be on the baseline.
No free throws because the Aces only have 3 team fouls. Leading 23 points to 17 with 1:14 to go.
Got some fantastic screenplay there.
Oh, unlucky, and Jonathan Whitward has just stepped out of bounds, which is what we call a coach killer.
Oh yeah, and coach has got hands on her head. Not happy about that one.
Oh, nice offensive rebound. Unlucky not to convert. Storm should probably look to push here. 50 seconds to go on the game clock. Definitely 2-for-1 opportunity. Some tough defense here from the Aces as the clock winds down.
Oh, tougher offense though.
Backspin on that shot was pretty to watch.
The answer. Just for Cadilla. Let's see if Leilani Mitchell can come up with some magic. She's holding for the last shot of the game. We've got 13 seconds. Cool.
I think the ref almost didn't call that unless Cass McLean kind of made her face and knew that she fouled. And then the ref's like, oh, yep, no, see that.
Got to practice her poker face, I think.
Yeah, she's too honest.
All right, let's see if there's some magic for the Storm here. Who's the ball going to here?
Oh, Leilani. Oh, a nice little quick play there out from the sideline.
And the half-court heave is no good, unlucky. And that will be the end of the first period, finishing 26-19. We're going to just take a quick second to explain the Elam ending here for you. So the game format, it is 8-minute quarters, and an Elam ending means the game clock will shut off at the first dead ball under 3 minutes in the fourth quarter. 7 points will then be added on to the leading team score to give them the final score. The first team to reach the final score wins.
Basketball's everything to me. And
7, and it would be the first team to 37.
Okay, I'm so glad you used an example because, to be honest, I was a little bit confused and I was just going to be like, yeah, Max.
And look, it was confusing when it was first explained to me by Tom Garp, who was one of the main organisers with this comp, but it makes it a lot more exciting because it means any team can win and the fourth quarter can go for 5 hours.
Oh, okay, so we might be in for a long one if these two teams are playing.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now we're going to go out to a quick break here and then we'll be back for the second quarter.
No, let's go.
All right, we are back here for the second quarter. The score is 26-19. And if you were the coach of the Storm, what would you be saying to your team right now?
Oh, I think a lot of their offense was working the best when they were running the ball in transition, so I'd probably try and get back to that. Keeping in mind that the Aces defense has been quite good. But I think also you don't want the Storm to rely on the 3-ball too much. I think if they explore their options inside, outside, change sides, they might be a bit more successful.
Exactly right. It's about the depth of scoring, getting to the mid-range, getting to the rim, making it unpredictable, because if you shoot a 3 every time,
that's right. And look, to be fair, they've only, I'm going to guess, they're probably only shooting at about 25%, if that, from the 3-point line. I remember a couple have been made, but not heaps, so...
That's exactly what you need, is a low large individual puller.
Yeah. She's like, look, let me just have this one, guys, and I'll make it work for us.
And look, she always knows the exact right time to step up, whatever field she's on.
Yeah, that's definitely a testament to her leadership and experience, I think. So Delaney's looked to push again, and she finds Simons on the outside, but just rims out. A couple of O-boards definitely help with the scoring.
Absolutely, and I think you just need to maybe get to the mid-range and get on the rim, start seeing the ball go through the hoop, and then you can get back to the threes.
Yeah, there, I agree.
The Aces just keep flooding points.
Yeah, it's like they had a sneaky shooting session before the game or something.
I was actually at the shoot-around earlier today, and it was fantastic to see how many players were getting out of June. They just didn't miss. It's an absolute treat for the hoops campers there watching them.
Yeah, wow. Everyone's feeling very loose and relaxed, but excited to get back on the court.
That post-Christmas energy.
The Aces have got 2 steals now in a row. And Nicholson maybe just a little bit too relaxed for that transition layup.
I think you've hit the nail on the head. The Aces defense has been the absolute difference maker in this game. They've looked at guard screens 3 or 4 different ways and lots of ball pressure. What's the secret?
I'm from playing experience, communication definitely, especially on that second rotation of defense under the basket, has to be definitely one of the keys to good team defense in the half court, or full court even, but also just making sure you, as a player, take responsibility for your role and making sure that you're doing the right thing, and then you'll be doing the right thing by the whole team as well.
Yeah, that's an amazing insight as we have a foul, and we're going to go for 2 shots here.
Yeah, really playing into the Aces' favour in this quarter so far. The Storm came down 2 steals and a turnover, 3 possessions in a row, so they'd probably want to tidy that up a little bit.
And very contrasting style of play. The Storm are looking to get out, run and shoot 3s, and the Aces are looking to bomb it inside and really look to use their size mismatch.
Yeah, I think a lot of have definitely had a lot more benefits from rotating the ball a lot more. There we go. I was expecting Lauren Nicholson to shoot the 3-ball before. I'm not too sure why she didn't pull the trigger the first time, but she made up for it. Simons is wide open. What a nice find by Leilani Mitchell, but still not good enough to chip away at this 11-point lead.
Here, and it's going to give the Aces the ball on the baseline. Checking in for the Aces is Matilda McDonald, who is an Illawarra junior, I believe.
She is an Illawarra junior, that's right, but I think she's also spent time at Hornsby in the past as well. But yeah, I think she's now back playing for Illawarra. Perhaps I think I heard a rumour that they're reviving a champ women's team.
The people at Illawarra must have just been begging for that team to come back.
I think they were still holding on to their youth league days as long as they could before they went to champ women's.
Yeah, exactly right. But they look to be a very, very strong junior club in New South Wales.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, Illawarra was the one club that... Illawarra and Bankstown were the 2 clubs I used to dread playing against as a junior because they were always the toughest teams. Renee Garlop being an Illawarra junior.
Yeah, that's never a good one to play.
Yes, yeah, so that's the standard we're talking about.
Couldn't get the layup to go, but as the Storm push it back in transition.
Yeah, that was a good option for Matilda coming straight off the bench. She just needed to back herself a bit more, I think. Oh, nice little backdoor play.
10 on the shot clock with Storm ball on the baseline.
Really need to get a score up soon, Storm. Oh, unlucky. That was a classic pick and pop.
I would have sworn that was going to go in.
Yeah. Oh, that's a bit unlucky. Tough defense.
Leilani was not happy with the call, but I think she's accepted and moved on, ready for the next play.
That's it. That next play mentality, you got to have it.
She's a consummate professional.
It's really nice to see Cass McLean back on the floor, because I know that she had an ACL injury not too long ago.
And I believe it was one after the other, right? She had 2 ACLs in 2 years.
Oh, I think you might be right. Yeah. She's obviously put a lot of work in, though, to get herself back on court, so full credit to her.
And have you ever torn anything?
Touch wood, I have not.
Oh, well, that's really good. Let's try and keep it that way.
Oh, look
at the rehab for an ACL. It's a long road.
I've had my fair share of ankle injuries, which led to my recent retirement, to be honest. So I was pretty grateful not to have any ACLs. Ankle injuries were bad enough.
Yeah, ankle injuries are not great, but very, very lucky that you didn't have an ACL within your career.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
And that's a tough shot, contested mid-range.
Yeah, probably not the best option for the Aces, but they've got a 15-point lead, so it's pretty comfortable. They're not, it's no biggie to take a shot like that every now and again.
You just got to tell the coach, heat check.
Yeah. Look, Coach Shelley Bates is still seated, so she doesn't look too fussed about it.
No, we'll know when they start shooting more mid-ranges and she stands up.
Yeah, that's it.
Great kick out.
And Jazz Forcadillo is shooting really well. That's all, 2 from 2 from the 3-point line for her.
And we're going to a timeout here in the second quarter. The score is 41-23 with 3 minutes 10.
What do you think the coach from the Storm is going to be saying in this timeout?
Well, it's funny because it's feast and famine with threes, so maybe it's keep shooting more, and maybe they go in, or it's let's get better shots, girls.
Yeah, because since we talked about their 3-point, makes and takes, I don't think they've actually taken very many since we talked about it.
No, and you've got to play your game. If you've got 5 shooters on the floor, 5 or 6 threes get you back in the game. So sometimes, some teams, if that's their identity, threes is the way to play.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, even at the moment, maybe even 2 threes is a whole 6 points to put a bit more pressure on the Aces. But I'm not too sure if they're relying maybe on Leilani too much, because sometimes when you play with someone of her stature, then you're just like, okay, you're just going to look to that person all the time and forgetting, what your responsibility is and what you're supposed to be doing, like playing your role while you're on the court. So, maybe if everyone just relaxes a little bit and just play their natural game, will come together a bit more. I feel like watching the Aces, they're very much comfortable in their roles. They're very much comfortable sticking to the basics of the drives, the dishes, knowing when to take your open threes. Like, they look very relaxed. They look like a team they've been playing together for a little while.
And they would have only got 1 training before this game, right?
Well, yeah. Well, when you said that you saw their shooting session, I was actually surprised, because I wasn't expecting anyone to be shooting or having a training session together. So
yeah, I believe they got 45 minutes as a team before they got on the court, which is really tough. They did their walkthroughs and just shot threes.
Yeah, wow, that's a lot in 45 minutes.
Yeah, and they look pretty good. They're running the offense quite well.
Yeah. You can't tell any mistakes or anything.
It's what happens when you put 10 professional basketball players on the court.
Yeah, that's it.
And we're going back with the Aces here.
Suddenly got a lot more rowdy in here as well, out of that timeout.
Yeah, maybe the coach just gave a big kick up the butt and said, let's play.
Yeah, bring some noise.
Sometimes a good spray works, actually.
Yeah, sometimes. Ooh, 5 to shoot. Ooh.
Great contest. That is the coach killer. A foul off the ball, going ball.
Just after they wound down the clock to 2 seconds, and Delaney got a hand on that 3 ball with no foul. That hurts. That hurts.
It's got to be frustrating to coach.
We've got Domkins coming back for Forcadilla for the Aces, and the Storm almost a 20-point deficit with 4 team fouls up on the clock. 2.5 minutes to go. That's a tough situation.
Yeah, it's not ideal. And as the Storm, you really look to go on a bit of a run here.
And
it's going to start on this end.
Yeah, that's right. But yeah, if I was the Aces, I'm going to be thinking, oh, how much further can we push this lead getting into half-time?
And it's whoever goes into half-time with momentum, it really changes the game. So both teams are fighting real hard these last 2 minutes and 14 seconds. The 2 points by Delaney.
Yeah, definitely needed that. Nice and easy, but I think the defense may have fallen asleep under the basket there for a second. Good find. Just rooming out again. Not too sure what happened there. Nicholson pulling up short. Hopefully she didn't get a corky. A long 2 for Leilani.
Yeah, sometimes with those layups, you've got to try and take the contact and go up rather than do anything fancy with it.
Yeah, I think sometimes too in those moments, if you overthink it, you're almost guaranteed to miss.
Definitely. Everyone's missed an open layup in their life.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, Michaela with the long 3 with a hand from Leilani Mitchell.
Oh, that's bragging rights.
That's bragging rights. I'm sure Mick will be bringing that up after the game. I just feel like the Storm are still rushing their shots a little bit. They're not really getting the ball through as many hands as they would like.
And you've hit the nail on the head. They've got the superstar goggles, and if you just look for Leilani, it's very easy to guard.
Yeah, that's right.
Delaney with another 2, amazing, and a trip to the free throw line.
See, she kept that nice and simple. We were talking about transition layouts before. She kept that textbook, and she now has the chance for the 3-point play.
And we've seen a lot of 2-on-1 transition offences across the whole tournament. What's the key to a 2-on-1?
Oh, 2-on-1. If you're the person with the ball, you've got to look to score first, read and react from that defensive play. You've got to make the defensive player commit to either you or the other person, but the person with the ball ultimately has the control in the situation.
Great insights, and I think we've got Emmett Simons going to shoot a 2 free throws here. So they can hear you. They'll be able to hear you.
Hustle plays all the way to the end of the all the way to half time, which we like to see. Interesting to see if the Storm get a quick shot here or a turnover. I was going to say quick shot or if they were going to run the clock down, but I guess neither was decided. So the Aces here really taking their time, working the ball, getting a nice shot inside, making that shot at the 10 with 10 seconds to go on the shot clock, which is ideal. So the Storm really need to push here. They've got the advantage. Whew. That is a Leilani Mitchell splash special. Love it. That's what I like to see to end the half. So we've got the Aces up 49 to leading the Storm 32, 17-point deficit. However, knowing the roster of players that we have going into this halftime, it's not over until it's over. And with that rule that Max was explaining at quarter time, I don't think I'll be comfortable with the outcome until it's over. So we're going to take a quick break for halftime, and then we will be back to kick you off for the third quarter.
These new hoist recliners are pretty comfy, hey.
Yeah, I feel like I'm floating on a cloud.
I feel like I'm resting my feet on a panda's belly.
I feel like I am a panda's belly.
I feel like an alien swaddled in a blanket.
I feel like I'm being held by King Kong's leathery hand.
Well, I feel like the song More Than a Feeling was written about this feeling that I'm feeling right now.
Same.
Extra comfy recliners are the new normal at Hoyts. Book now.
And welcome back to the Shelley Gorman Invitational at Brighton Stadium at Sydney Uni. The score is 49-32, and we are really excited for the second half of basketball. If you're the Aces coach, tell me what you talked about at halftime.
Oh, look, to be honest, if I was in this situation, you always want to be up when you're going into the second half, but I would just be telling them to keep pushing it. Don't take the gas off the accelerator just yet. Just keep locking down on D, keep moving the ball around. You just want to keep going with what's working for you. Probably don't really need to make any changes.
And do you rev your players up much, or is it more let's steady the ship?
I think it's more like maybe steadying the ship a little bit more. You just want to make sure your players stay focused. You don't want them to become complacent going into the second half, because 17 points is a healthy lead, but I mean anything can happen in these situations with the calibre of talent we have today. So it's just about staying focused and staying focused on your game plan, making sure that you're taking responsibility for what your coach tells you to do and being responsible, really.
And if you're Gail Henderson from the Storm, what are you saying to get the Storm back in this game?
Look, I think we touched on in the first half. I reckon that they probably need to lock down on defence a little bit more. Be interesting to see if she goes away from man-to-man and maybe switches it up to something else if they're able to. But things like Alex Delaney's having a really good game off the dribble, like if it's in transition or even if it's the first pass in a half-court offence. I think if that's working for them, you just got to keep going to that too. And maybe not rely, you can't rely too much on Leilani. You can't just kind of stop your offence and just look to her and be like, what are we going to do? I'm going to follow your lead. Like you still just got to play a natural game. So
yeah, and Leilani plays best when she's in a state of flow. She's part of an offense. That's when she's amazing.
Yeah.
So you got to get the ball moving east to west, and then let her do her magic.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. So it looks like actually the Storm have gone into a box and one now that we talked about changing up the defense.
That's a clever way to disrupt the offense.
Yeah, it looks like Emily Simons was the one on Lauren Nicholson. Look, it's only going to work so much, though. You've got to box out still, regardless of what defense you're running, because those offensive rebounds really hurt.
Yeah, and that's always the argument point of zone, is there's no accountability for box outs, and it makes it really, really, really hard to rebound. Yeah,
well, but then, I think a zone sometimes is designed, though, to make people shoot outside so you can get the rebound because you should be under the basket. So, yeah, let's see. Let's see if they're still in the box and one. Yeah, no, they're still in the box and one here.
Emily Simon's working really hard to deny the catch.
Yeah, but Mickey Domkins just had probably a little bit too much time there to take that corner three, and she'll take another one. Not like her to miss two in a row.
She'll make this next one, though.
Too many offensive rebounds again.
It's never going to be a good game if you're allowing multiple offensive rebounds in a possession.
No, that is correct. Oh, nice feed. Whoa! Some very good hands from Maddie Norris under the basket.
The absolute cheeky smile from Leilani when that ball finally dropped in.
Yeah, I think she's probably a little bit relieved.
I've got a hands foul from Alex Delaney. Oh, correction, it was Maddie Norris. Got a little bit of confusion on the floor. We're going sideline ball for the Aces.
Tompkins was very casual taking that inbound, and I wasn't sure if she was getting subbed off or she was taking the inbound.
Very, very trying to be confusing out there. Deception's very important in the guard position.
That's it. Yeah, Courtney West is such an experienced centre that, those little buckets like that are their bread and butter.
Really looking to push the pace in this game and get some, as you said, easy buckets.
That's it, that classic inside, outside, change sides transition. That's as simple as it needs to be.
And I think that's the contrast between the Storm and the Aces tonight, is they're going inside, outside and getting really good looks. Yeah,
that's it. I think the Storm need to be, we said before, moving it through hands a little bit more. Oh, nice finish by Rach Manapar.
Look, and this is not the start the Storm wanted for the half.
No, absolutely not. It might be in the best interest to have a timeout soon enough.
Yeah, I think so. And sometimes it's just needed a bit of a rev up. But with this new Elam ending, anything can happen. They could have a 27-point run and win the game.
Yeah, that's right. Can you imagine? I would be feeling a little bit filthy if I was Aces if that happened.
Yeah, have you ever lost a 27-point lead?
Yes. Oh my gosh. It was country tour when I was bottom age 18s. We were beating SA Country by 24 and we lost, I think, in overtime.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
That's brutal.
That was brutal. That was really brutal. That was unbelievably brutal. I felt so sorry for the coach. I still feel sorry for our coach that day. That would have been horrible.
Norris with the 3 attempts, no good.
See, that was a much better offense from the Storm. Transition, got it right under the bucket and found their 3-point shooter, but she just hasn't been able to connect just yet.
Sometimes you get... And we were speaking with Lockie Franch at the half-time. He was saying that the Aces have played a game today. They've already had a training, so they're starting to click and start firing. And I expect the Storm to have much better games than this. And luckily for them, it's the first game, so I think they'll be okay as the tournament moves on. Yeah, see, now once we had that in our heads, then that actually put a lot more context into why the Aces look so relaxed and they're all in the right spots for each other. And, you know, Jazz Forcadilla making 3 from 3 from the 3-point line so far. So I mean, that always helps.
Definitely helps. But and credit to them, too, for playing 2 full games on the same day on a Friday night. Friday night's usually the night where I just like to go home and put on my pyjamas by 6 o'clock because the work week is done.
It's a bit different from my Friday nights, but...
Yeah, look, I'm retired now, so that's the lifestyle that you retire to.
That's a good way to live, though. You must feel very relaxed Saturday morning.
Yes, well, I try. Let's see if I get up before midday. No, I'm joking. But
oh, and the mid-range is off, but they get another offensive rebound. Great footwork from Matilda McDonald moving the ball, and a tough shot.
That was a great defensive possession out from the Storm. Now they've got to just run it. Yeah, Delaney knocking down the mid-range too. She looks really relaxed when she's shooting the ball out there. It's nice to see her play a lot more. I missed a lot of her Waratah season. And obviously with the Caps as a developing play in the league, still getting some limited minutes. So it's nice to see her play a lot of minutes.
Yeah, and play so relaxed and calm. I think she just got back off a plane from Queensland, so she's been very, very relaxed.
Yeah, right. So yeah, maybe that's she's had a really good holiday. She's still quite refreshed, and all of her natural basketball juices are flowing.
Always makes me feel better when I go on holidays.
That's it. I think we all need to take a bit more time out after the 2020 that was.
Definitely. 2021 is the year of self-care.
Yeah, that's it. I think that's a really nice mantra, Max.
Live by it.
Oh, another turnover, unfortunately, from the Storm. It's a 20-point lead. 3 minutes to go until three-quarter time. But we were saying also at halftime, Max, how nice it is to watch a game with such talent live for a change rather than the live stream at home or watching it on some other kind of networking apps. That I'm still kind of like coming to terms with that. This is actually a live game in the flesh.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we're very, very lucky. And I think one thing we have to be grateful for in 2020 is the use of technology. Like, everyone can still watch the games, whether they're in bubble, but everyone still gets their basketball fix, which is really nice.
That's right. It's nice to keep in touch with it. Oh, that's unfortunate. The Storm did a good job to get a steal at one end just to have a turnover at the other. And so Maddie Norris is going to come up and have a spell.
And look, the Storm just need to tie 3 or 4 really good possessions together to finish the third quarter, and they might have a sniff at it in the fourth.
That's right, and I think, like you said before, it all comes from their defense. They really got to lock down on their defense and start boxing out and limiting the Aces to 1 shot per possession. Like that. Like McDonald was almost out of the court, and she still managed to get a rebound.
But you can see from their body language that they're not fired up defensively, not really talking. A few players in stance.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, there's no kind of sense of urgency to try and get the possession back. Oh, there we go. Can capitalise on that offensive rebound.
All right, and here we go. Time for a bit of a run from the Storm, I hope.
Oh, nice take. Oh, unlucky. Good take by Matilda McDonald. That end seems to be rimming out a lot of shots. Nice pick and roll.
Absolutely thread the needle.
I think she surprised herself there with that shot, but she seemed happy with it.
It's the sign of an elite point guard out of an on-ball when they can just hit the roller right on the chest, and even if they're not ready, it just lands in their hand somehow. That's
it. As long as you get open, then Leilani will get it to you. You just got to get open.
Yeah, working better.
Oh, a nice O-board from the Storm. They need a couple more of them. Good decision to slow it down, use the possession. That was lucky. Nice hands from Nicholson.
And the Aces just showing some absolute fervour defensively, trying to get their hands everywhere, jumping to the ball. It's great defensive effort from them, really.
Yeah, definitely. I think there was a bit of a sloppy play from the Storm too, with a shot clock violation.
And so in your opinion, who's quarterbacking this defensive effort from the Aces? Who's getting them fired up, or is it a team effort?
Oh, it seems like a pretty fair team effort. Things like, you know, being really relentless and tenacious on defense, it sometimes can only just take one person to, you know, get their body on the floor, like we saw number 6, Kira from Manly. She was diving on the ball. It only takes that one person to show that, to get the rest of your teammates into it. It can be kind of like infectious. But yeah, I can't really pinpoint one person at the moment. Domkins did a really good job when she was on of putting some more pressure up the court.
And she's a defensive bulldog, so she's probably let the team know that we're going to be a defensive team this tournament.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And I mean, when you've still got people like Nicholson and Cass McLean doing a good job trying to hold off that dribble penetration, then, I mean, they're the leaders of the team, so they are leading by example.
And that's what you want to see from your veterans.
That's right. Nice find by Forcadilla under the basket. Getting a teammate some free throws.
It's always a good way to earn friends.
That's it. Share it around a bit.
First free throw is no good.
The Storm really need to box out here with 25 seconds. Be in their best interest to have the last possession of the quarter. There we go.
There they go.
Good job securing the ball and making sure not forcing a turnover. Ooh, unlucky.
I think we both got a bit nervous there.
Yeah, so we just both wanted it to. We both wanted it to happen.
Oh well, sometimes it just doesn't work.
It's the right idea though, pushing the ball up the floor for a quick shot.
I would assume the Aces would hold to the end of the quarter here and try and get up something special. But
that's it. We've got 10 seconds to go, so they probably want to start making a move pretty soon.
6 on the clock. Oh, that's going to be a tough
That's
one.
a tough shot. That's a good job by the Storm to not let the Aces get a score going into the fourth quarter.
Awesome. So we are finishing the third quarter, 63-49, and we will see you at the start of the fourth. All right, we are back at Brydon Stadium going into the fourth quarter of the Aces playing the Storm. The score is 63-49, which would make it 14 points, correct?
Correct.
Correct. So our Elam ending. Let's test our maths out here.
Oh, no, I'm going to leave that up to you. I've only just let this roll and I'm still trying to completely get it.
The Storm would need to go on a 21-point run to win the game if we were in our Elam ending right now. But we have a bit of time for them to crack back into it. Sometimes that's just the way the cookie crumbles.
Yeah, the Storm actually looked a lot more assertive and aggressive in that possession, so it was disappointing they weren't able to get a shot off. Hopefully, though, that will continue in this fourth quarter because I feel like they just let that third quarter just blow on by a little bit.
My Angelina's showing a little bit of grit there.
Yeah, nice to see. Another quick shot from the Storm, which I think, you know, they probably should make the Aces play out that whole 24-second on the defensive end. Understanding that they do need to get up more shots to get this lead, but I think sometimes you've just got to still make the right decisions. Better shot selection is more likely to get an easier score.
Nice savvy move.
Oh, nice team defense under the bucket.
And I think we're yet to see the Storm move the ball to the second side offensively. It's going to be quite tough for them to get any open shots. Yeah,
I agree. Like in the times they've done that, when they've either reversed the ball or they've got it inside and back outside, they've gotten wide open shots. And I think by now, being the fourth quarter, the Aces have definitely clocked on that Alex Delaney wants to put it on the floor. And it looks like the Aces are locking down on their team defense and making that a lot harder for her. So they're going to have to start thinking of something else.
Yeah, and Alex is going to have to become a playmaker.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, a bit of a tough pass.
Sarah Stricker not happy with the call.
No. That was a very, very sharp angle there. Jazz Forcadillo tried to thread that, but it worked in the end. They got another possession from the baseline. Oh, too easy. Way too easy.
That's kind of the vibe of the whole game.
Yeah, that's like a shooting session shot, that one was. And see, another quick possession from the Storm, and now they're going to play a whole nother 24 seconds on D.
Wow. The Aces are just moving the ball so well. Whether it's in post action or then passing, cutting, someone's always in the right place.
That's right. Even just then, we had Cass McLean following through with the offensive rebound with 2 seconds to go. Unlucky that she couldn't put that in.
But she was in the right place at the right time, and that's all you can ask for.
That's it, and I think that's really worked in the Aces' favour in this game. They just seem really in sync with each other and being in the right spots at the right time. Very nice post move from Sarah Shuka.
She's a fantastic little lefty.
Yeah, she's a really good role player. Yeah, I like how she plays. Yeah, and Nicholson exploiting the mismatch there. She had Maddie Norris on her. Earning herself some free throws.
This has the foul to Maddie Norris.
Going to see Simons come back in for Jelena on the Storm and Rach Menapar back in for the Aces, taking Jazz Forcadilla off.
And what do you expect Rach Menapar to bring to the game now?
Yeah, I was just thinking about that actually, what position she's going to be slotting into. It looks like she'll probably be the four-man. Rach lives for the rebound, So look, if I was a Storm, I'd be making sure that she was getting at least Rach boxed out every possession. But yeah, she's not scared to take that open three either. But when you've got Courtney West on, who's a real textbook five-man, I think Rach can probably relax a little bit without having to be under the basket and being a target all the time. She can probably just float around and pick some gaps and, yeah, chase the O-boards, which she likes to do.
And she plays really confidently as a utility because she can do everything for you. You can shoot the ball, put it on the floor.
Yeah, that's right. And she's such a good competitor as well. Great team player. That was really nice to watch. That was like clockwork. There we go, that's a nice find. Great extra pass. Maddie Norris, there we go. See, that's the simple textbook play that the Storm need to keep bringing. That was a really good extra pass from Simons. Just unlucky though that they fell asleep a little bit on defensive transition.
Yeah, it's a bit unfortunate, and I think they haven't tied 2 or 3 possessions together this game yet, and it's something that might happen with a bit of chemistry as they get into their 2nd or 3rd game, but right now it's just really tough with them in their first game.
Yeah, that's a really good point. I agree. I think it is a matter of, like you said, connecting those really, even if it's just 2, 3 good possessions in a row makes a massive difference.
Might take a quick moment here to thank all our game day volunteers. The game couldn't happen. We've also got Basketball New South Wales support with this tournament. They've done a great job. We're on their YouTube page today. So thank you, Basketball New South Wales, and thank you to our game day volunteers.
Yeah, I was really excited when this tournament was announced because it's such a great idea. Anything to promote women's basketball and to get people playing as much as they can. Playing is way more fun than training. But also that it was named after Shelley Gorman, who I used to idolise growing up.
A few times today.
Oh my gosh.
So, I think you hit the nail on the head about growing women's sport in New South Wales and Australia in general. So if you're watching on the stream, share this with your friends, get it out there. We've got games all weekend. They're all awesome. This Elam ending makes it really interesting for people who might not be basketball fans. So share it, get it out there.
Yeah, definitely. And if your friends are on a team, show your support by a friend by sharing it, as Max said, because it's not every day that maybe one of your best friends gets to play with a WNBA player like Leilani Mitchell. It's definitely something worth celebrating.
Oh, exactly right.
And I mean, Australia, with the Opals and even our Australian female junior teams, it's still the Gems and the Sapphires, I believe. We're always so competitive on the world stage. We're one of the best female basketball nations, on the world stage. So we need to really cherish that, I think. That's an excellent offensive rebound.
Just the young talent coming through New South Wales as well. The under-20s teams that played earlier today showed some real sparks of inspiration, and I think the future of New South Wales basketball is really bright.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Simons will be going to the line for 2 free throws.
Yeah, those last 2 possessions from the Storm were much better. Great transition plays, being really aggressive under the basket. Shika had that really nice offensive rebound where she managed to find an open man in the air. It's a bit more assertiveness that I'd want to see from the Storm as the weekend continues.
Yeah, definitely there. Hopefully they can take some learnings from today and take it to their next games and really look to pump up, get revved up for the next couple of games.
Yeah, that's it. Deep corner 3 from Nicholson. Oh, there we go. Limited to 1 shot that possession, which is good for the Storm. Nice find. Can Maddie find a heat again? Oh, she's fouled. Still managed to get a decent looking shot off.
It's going to be interesting to see how the other teams adjust and whether they're scouting any of the games, because we've seen some really some peculiar offensive transition sets where they're loading 2 or 3 players on one side of the floor. We've seen a box and one. It'll be very interesting to see how the scouts change how they play throughout the weekend.
Yeah, no scouting. I didn't really think of that actually. It's supposed to be a friendly tournament. How competitive do you want to make it? Do you want to be scouting the teams to get the win, or do you want to just play for a bit of fun?
Is there friendly basketball at this level?
Look, as long as you're still friends when the game's over, I think that's the main thing.
I don't know about Michaela and Leigh, but we'll see.
No, I think they both will be pretty happy with how they've performed today. So, but Michaela at this stage can probably still hang over Leilani and say she got the win.
And those are the ultimate bragging rights. She'll be 1-0 in their lifelong games.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Michaela was telling me leading into the tournament that she beats Lay in the backyard shooting games. She could
really?
hold, yeah, she could hold that over her a little bit.
There's not many people who are going to say they're beating Leilani Mitchell in shooting comps.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. I reckon that's some serious bragging rights.
And we are now about to enter our Elam ending as soon as the clock goes under 3 minutes.
Yeah, very nice timing that we're bang on 3 minutes.
So these free throws will definitely change the score that has to be reached by the end.
I'm so excited to see how this plays out.
All right, you got quick maths here?
Nah.
+7?
+7 on 74 is 81.
Correct. You are correct. Well done.
And I was like, am I adding?
Your primary school teacher would be very proud of you. So it is the first team to score 81 points.
Okay.
21-point run.
Oh, that's a big ask.
Is it on the cards
It's a big ask. Coach Shelley Bates for the Aces has just called a timeout.
And what is she saying?
I would be very interested to know. I don't think I can ever make an accurate guess here going into this play situation, but she wouldn't have called a timeout unless she has something specific planned.
Maybe it's just time to put the foot down. Let's finish this, go home.
Yeah, maybe.
Get some rest.
Yeah.
And what would Gail Henderson be saying here?
I mean, look, to be honest, they haven't really made a lot of significant changes as the game's gone on, or those little things like consistently boxing out or getting the ball through hands in half-court offense. So I don't know, how much do you keep, saying the same thing to try and make the same changes, or do you just completely end and try and refocus on something completely different?
I'm sure she's probably saying, let's take 7 threes.
Yeah.
Make 7 threes.
Is that what you'd be telling your team in this situation, Max?
Yeah, last year my under 14 Division 3 team.
Yep.
Take 7 threes.
Take 7 threes. Take or make 7 threes.
Oh, when we take them, we make them.
Oh, okay. Big talk. Do threes count, though, in under 14s?
Of course.
Oh, you're right. No, under 14s they do. It's under 12s that the threes still don't count.
Correct.
Yeah, that's
correct.
right.
Which is definitely a good thing because the form for an under 12s player is not the strongest.
No. They're still really in that hoiking phase. Well, they're definitely looking for threes. Oh, I think they made it a little bit too predictable for Michaela Tompkins to get that steal. Rachel take a 3 though. Oh, no, great box out by May. She's just got to secure that.
That's Borgadillo with the hustle.
Very nice quick hands. And so it's those little hustle players like that that pick up the rest of your team to keep going and keep being aggressive. See now their hustle is rewarding them with 2 extra free throws.
And if Rachel Manapar hits both of these, they will only need 5 to finish the game.
It is really weird feeling to have the clock reset to 20 minutes. But yeah, that 20 minutes could be not even 20 minutes, not even the 3 minutes that were left in the 4th quarter of regular time.
Yeah, and I wouldn't say there's many more minutes left in this game. All right, here we go. It's almost over.
So Jelena coming back in for Sarah Schicker, which would perhaps push maybe Maddie Norris to the 5, but which is interesting sub because in this situation we were talking about, putting up the 7 threes. You kind of wanted to be on the outside. You can definitely tell the Aces are, yeah, that's nice.
Great move. Little hesitation's all it takes.
Because the Aces are very, yeah, they were pretty cotton on pretty quickly that the Storm were just going to take threes and maybe overplayed a little bit too much there. Oh, unlucky. That was a great play from Rach.
And I like the adjustment the Storm are doing. They're playing a little faster. They're putting some ball pressure on. This is good basketball.
That's much better. They've just got to reward themselves now. Oh, Leilani wanted that steal. Can we go 4 from 4, Jazz? Unlucky on that occasion. And they're looking to push again. Oh, nice pass with Norris running the floor.
Wow, here we go.
That is an excellent transition play. Great pass from Alex Delaney.
Can the Storm make history?
Oh, I would love to see that in live action. I mean, they've got nothing left to lose. They may as well make a run. Oh, that's very lucky. Jelena was asleep there on that backdoor cut.
They've just got to keep hoping the Aces miss open layups and they'll be all right.
Oh, that Alex Delaney's three looked good then. Unlucky you hit the back rim.
They've called it off the support, so we'll be going with the Aces. We've got timeout on the floor to the Aces. Yeah, we're going to go to a break here and we'll come back for the ending.
Oh, these new hoist recliners are pretty comfy, hey.
Yeah, I feel like I'm floating on a cloud.
I feel like I'm resting my feet on a panda's belly.
I feel like I am a panda's belly.
I feel like an alien swaddled in a blanket.
I feel like I'm being held by King Kong's leathery hand.
Well, I feel like the song More Than a Feeling was written about this feeling that I'm feeling right now.
Same.
Extra comfy recliners are the new normal at Hoyts. Book now.
And we are back here and we are racing to 81 points. Are you excited?
I'm so excited. I was already excited to see my first live game of women's basketball in a long time, and now these two rules just really amped up my excitement even more. I'm going to need to have some downtime before I go to bed.
Just have to relax out. When was your last live basketball game?
I mean, if I'm going to count Waratah, it would probably be a game sometime in September of Waratah League.
That is too long.
That's way long. And
that is too long.
Before that, it was the previous, not the WNBL season we just had, the one before that. And it would have been a Flames game here at Brighton Stadium. Yeah, I know. Didn't realise how much I missed it until I came back here today.
And can you tell me a bit about this defence the Storm's come out in?
It looks like, I mean, just here as we've stopped play, it does look like they're going in a 2-1-2 press.
We've got a little bit of some chat between our coach with the referee and the bench. It's a bit of a interesting altercation here, but
yeah, it looked a little bit. I'm not too sure what that was about, but Coach Bates was all the way at the halfway line. There was a bit of pointing, so it looked very serious.
I believe she wasn't in her coaching box at all.
No, there was no box that could hold her then.
It's an unboxed tiger.
Unboxed. The intensity of this rule, they only need to get, 5 more points and it's getting tense. But I mean, before that I was guessing Storm were going to do a 2-1-2 press.
It looked that way, but it was a bit out of alignment, so I wasn't too sure there.
So maybe it was just some full court pressure, and that's just happened to be where they had fallen for that possession.
All right, here we go. 4 points will end the game.
Storm are looking to run, high early pick. Oh, unlucky lay. Great rebound from Courtney West. Nice outlet from Lauren Nicholson. Aces are just slowing it down.
And all they really need to do is go throw it in the post to Courtney West 2 times, and they're going home.
Well, look, to be fair, I mean, I know that Maddie and Courtney are teammates, correct, for Sutherland Sharks. And I think traditionally, Courtney's a lot more comfortable under the basket, so she might have the advantage over Maddie in that situation. Ooh, unlucky.
And it is an absolute battle here. Look at the competition that's going in this game.
Yeah. I love the intensity. It's what I came here to watch.
And I think the element really lends itself to high competition because it gives any team a sniff into it, regardless of the score. And yes, it is a big ask to come back from 20 or 30 or 40. But I think as a competitors, they're out here and they're like, I'm going to win this.
Yeah, and if there's that, you just need that glimmer of hope that you could get back into it. That's all it takes. Oh, nice hands from Delaney. Oh.
Bit of a squeal in the gym.
Yeah. I don't think that was the desired outcome of that play.
Oh, it is a tough one. Someone's put a lid on this hoop. The Storm has tied together 3 stops in a row.
Oh, which is excellent. I think we may have an injury from the Storm under the basket from that hustle play. Jelena looks like she's struggling with her arm.
Yeah, and hopefully it's nothing too bad and she can shake it off. She's locked in defensively here.
Yeah. But yeah, there is a little bit more tension now that there's only, you know, 4 points to win, more or less. I feel like the Aces are a little bit out of their comfort zone. The Storm becoming more competitive. So it looks like we've got a subs for the Storm. Simons is coming off. We've got Taylor from the Bankstown Bruins coming on. Jelena still looks like she's struggling a little bit with arm, but I don't think she wants to come off, which is understandable.
And a true competitor, there's no way you're saying, take me out, coach.
No way.
And it will, 3 points will end the game. Do you throw it off the ring and hit a 3 here?
No. I'm going to say no. Oh, great rebound from Rach. Textbook Rach Manapar. We just needed that 1 point. My apologies before I said it was Taylor from Bankstown. It's actually Tasman Hayes. Apologies for any of Tasman's family and friends out there getting that name incorrect. I knew it was a T. Oh, that's a great find under the basket.
And not an easy finish, that one. Caught the ball at her feet.
Yeah, that's right. She was really focused on her target, which is great. She was desperate for that bucket.
Alex Delaney picks up another foul, and we only need to make 1 free throw here.
That's right. That's not... I understand the foul in the context of slowing the ball, but not when your team fouls are already at 5, and that's literally the game on the line. That will do it. That will do it.
That is the game. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. I've been Max Mogg.
Oh, and I've been Jacinta Govan. Yes, my name's not Max Monk. I think I was still wondering why they just didn't shoot the second free throw anyway, but there we go. Reached 81. That's all you need.
It's all over. Catch you tomorrow, guys.
Thanks, everyone.